My name is Bill Daley.
My name is Jim Edgar.
My name is Miguel del Valle, and I'm one of the founding members of Advance Illinois.
As Advance Illinois celebrates its 15th anniversary, we honor Jim Edgar and Bill Daley and Miguel del Valle because we quite literally wouldn't be the organization we've become.
The impetus was, if anyone cares about the future, we need to have a bipartisan advocacy group that can begin to engage all sides and tell the politicians, you must address this.
We needed a statewide advocacy organization that will reflect the interests of the entire state so that I could make informed decisions.
It was time for sort of an independent new organization that came to the table without an agenda of their own to protect.
But it was also incredibly daunting. Nobody in Illinois had tried anything like this. Figuring out how we were going to do that depended entirely on the leadership from the very get-go.
I thought, well, this is real. If you've got an Edgar and a Daley and they're co-chairman on a group, there's got to be something here. You had to have a group that was respected and had a track record, and that all these other groups either thought was good or maybe they were a little afraid of them.
It made people sit up and take notice.
It showed it was bipartisan.
You have an Edgar and a Daley working together. They have different points of view. They have different backgrounds.
But we get to the Capitol, and when I say the combination of Bill Daley and Jim Edgar turning heads, I am not kidding. I mean, literally. People were like, what? How are you bringing those two people together?
Their focus wasn't that. It wasn't small p politics. It was capital C children.
What is this thing that you're calling Advance Illinois? And maybe we should pay attention to it.
The mission of Advance, how do we really create a system that educates all children in the state of Illinois?
I do think public education, we have to hold them accountable, that we see results. And if we don't see results, we have the mechanism to bring about change.
Without a good education system, the future of a city, the future of a state is very limited.
What is it that we need to do to capture the interest of that young person to help that individual advance?
Miguel came from a much more sort of aggressive community focus, and that was an important addition to the Advance family.
He was a man of integrity, of substance. You feel it. He vibrates with a commitment to do right.
Advance Illinois is in a position to make things happen, move things forward.
He was absolutely dedicated to improving opportunities for young people in every corner of the state.
He is the model that everybody in public service should aspire to, who's done public service right.
Through education, we can advance the entire state.
Miguel, just thank you for all your many years of dedicated public service. Thank you for the doors you've opened for me and countless other students across Illinois like me.
Senator del Valle, when I first arrived in the legislature, he took me under his wings. I'm lucky to have had a chance to serve by his side as well.
You know, Jim Edgar, Bill Daley, and Miguel del Valle prove that you can come together, work across the aisle, and just do the right thing.
The North Star for them each was children. Are we getting this right for them?
Building the credibility of the organization that we did not have an agenda. We weren't there because I was fighting for one side or he was fighting for the other.
There's experience you get in school that's going to stay with you the rest of your life.
Jim Edgar was well respected, had just left the governor's office. He brought enormous credibility. People respected his opinion.
And Jim knew more about education funding than anyone I've ever met.
And this is a man who could have done anything he chose to do with his time.
It was amazing to know that a governor knew that much about the intricacies of funding public education.
He recognized it was a real commitment.
The track record we established early on, and I don't know of any that's had more of a positive impact in the last 15 years in Advance Illinois.
He takes that really seriously. He showed up. He continues to be a resource and a mentor.
It's all about what can we do to improve education for our students.
And they were not only professionals and did a great job, but they're also just a complete joy to work with.
I guess I would start by just stating just how strong Bill's commitment to public service actually is.
Once Bill says yes to something, he's all in. And he was all in.
And when I left the White House, there was one organization I wanted to go back on.
And when he left the chief of staff position, he came back. It wasn't a second thought. He didn't hesitate. He didn't pause.
Because I was very proud of what Advance Illinois had been doing.
What a huge vote of confidence for our team, for the rest of the board, and frankly, for the rest of the state.
He has exceptional judgment. He confronts the most difficult issues in a very thoughtful way. And probably most important, I think he's just an incredibly wonderful person.
It being around 15 years later is a hell of a statement. And that's really hard to do unless you have success, and Advance has done that.
That's what they brought to the table. Decades of experience and wisdom and judgment to help us make the right choices.
So to our 3 honorees, thank you. Thank you for all you've done for the school children in Illinois through your lives of public service, for what you've done to make Advance Illinois the organization that it is today, and by extension to support the impact and the work that we hope to continue to have. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.